InterCaribbean Airways Chairman and Founder Lyndon Gardiner and CEO Trevor Sadler. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Some people watching are saying, Empress, what is InterCaribbean Airways? I have never heard of them. And if they're saying that, please share with us, Mr. Gardiner, the history of InterCaribbean Airways.
Well, InterCaribbean Airways was founded in 1992 by myself. I was the first baggage handler, ticket agent, pilot.
Everything?
Everything.
Wow.
With a single engine Cessna. We eventually grew to where we had multi-engine Aztecs and then flying charters all over the Caribbean. In 2003, as the Turks and Caicos began its push to be recognized as a tourism destination, we changed the name at that time to Air Turks and Caicos, and then we expanded our routes outside of the Turks and Caicos. Late last year, because of our focus now to cover most of the Western Caribbean, we've changed the name to InterCaribbean, so that it gives that sense of belongingness to each of the destinations.
To every one of us. So it's ours as well.
Absolutely.
Congratulations. What a great success story.
Thank you.
And you're from the Turks and Caicos?
I am. I was born and bred in a very little small town called Bottle Creek.
Yes.
And I migrated to Grand Turk, as most people did during those years for schooling, and then moved on to Providenciales, which, as you know, is the Mecca of the Turks and Caicos.
Yes. And you're everything. Pilot, entrepreneur?
Well, I don't do most of those things now. I just focus on the business try to expand it. We've got some other aviation interests in the Turks and Caicos, such as an FBO and the ground handling services. So I keep very busy.
I like that. And tell us, Trevor, your involvement with InterCaribbean Airways and the Caribbean. What's going on? We can fly to Turks and Caicos. We've been doing that.
Yes, indeed.
And there's so much
for a
more.
number of years. And what we've been focusing on in the past, well, many months now, is preparing towards how we can connect the greater Caribbean, giving the citizens of the Caribbean the opportunity to travel within the Caribbean without having to transit via the United States, give business...
Hence, go and get a visa and all the other...
Yes.
Yeah.
You could be a great business person in Jamaica, you just might not have a U.S. visa. How is that going to impact your life and your business?
And it shouldn't stifle our growth.
It shouldn't stop you.
I like what you two are talking about here. Let's go. Let's keep going. All right. So we can fly anywhere in the Caribbean.
You can indeed. Our flights will take you from, starting now today, our flights connect from Montego Bay through Kingston. We will continue onward into the Turks and Caicos, connection flights there into the Dominican Republic, into Haiti, the Bahamas, and Puerto Rico.
Lovely.
Additionally, we now also have non-stop services from here to Santo Domingo. Again, another important neighboring country for doing business.
Definitely. That's great. So today's April 16th. Are these new routes, have they been launched today?
Well, the route between Kingston and Montego Bay, that's the one that's being launched today. All right,
let's get straight to it. How much is it going to cost me to fly to Montego Bay tomorrow morning?
Right now we have on sale at 29 US dollars plus taxes one way, so roughly $80, $81, $82 a round trip between here and Montego Bay. We'll give you the option, obviously, of taking time back in your day, a small investment compared to perhaps the land transport options. I just this morning received a message from somebody who was going to be joining us on the flight today, who said they drove from Montego Bay to Kingston yesterday. It took them 7.5 hours. There was an accident on the road which prevented any traffic from moving. So a 7.5-hour journey.
And we won't have any traffic blocking when we fly.
There won't be much traffic jams.
How long is a flight?
The flight is going to be 20 minutes of airtime.
Yes.
And with another 5 minutes on each side for traffic formalities like taxi and takeoff.
Okay.
So roughly about 30 minutes.
What if we're having, we're a party country and we'd like to fly an entire group to Montego Bay for a conference, for a party.
Yes.
How many can we fly at one time? Can we?
We have a 30-seat airplane, so you can certainly bring 29 of your best friends along with you on that flight.
And, hey, you guys going to give us a discount?
We've introduced really great rates. So everything that I just spoke about is bookable now with either directly with us at InterCaribbean.com. You certainly may call us, or by all means visit your local favorite travel agency, as we do work with the agency community in Jamaica.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, so business travelers, get ready. The time is now. What are the things you have coming out in the near future? What are the plans going forward? Apart from this, which is great, I'm sure you have a big vision for the next 5-10 years.
Yes, we do. The the main focus is in this part of the Caribbean for a long time. There's been lack of transportation to and from the various islands. As I think the Caribbean is making more focus to create a single destination and to be marketed as a single destination, it's very important that people have the connectivity to move between the islands. Also, from a business standpoint, there's been for quite a number of years not enough with the English-speaking Caribbean and, say, the Spanish-speaking Caribbean, particularly the Dominican Republic, which has about 12,000 inhabitants, and lots of, there's a need on both sides for goods and services to be transported in between. So this will open up the area for that kind of activity, as well as for cultural exchanges.
And trade, it's so important that we trade with each other easily. How are you
Allow
working?
me, if I may, just to expand on that, and I come back to a very important point, because this was really a conversation we had in a hotel here. It was an accidental conversation with a major Jamaican corporation who said, we're thinking about moving to Miami because we cannot get around the Caribbean without giving up the whole day.
Yes.
Now, when you have a major corporation that says we move our business away, this is certainly going to result in a loss of jobs.
Yes.
So hopefully we're there to be able to stop that kind of movement, give the Jamaican business a fair opportunity to get around, make a productive day, because you didn't waste half of a working week simply traveling between 2 points. It's a very important piece of the trade that we...
Definitely. What's the relationship or what conversations have you had with the Ministry of Foreign Trade and the Ministry of Tourism here in Jamaica? You know, in working together to...
We've been, this last weekend, we were here at the Expo event working with JEA, with JAMPRO, JMA, all the core business association groups. We've met and spoke one-on-one with over 200 individual businesses who were also present to let them know we are here, we're here to support you, you must support us in turn, so that we can take the airline to the next step, say, where do you need us to go, Jamaica, for the next destinations, giving you that connectivity, the frequency.
Yes. Well, I'm telling you, I want to fly to Africa without going through America and Europe. So you know what? I'm going to work with you, Lyndon, on that one. Okay. We're going to Africa on InterCaribbean to the motherland. However, I must ask you, what time, do you know the time schedule at the moment offhand?
We have an early morning flight that would leave Kingston at 7 in the morning. Okay. Get you in, well, 7:30.
Yes.
Into Montego Bay. The return flight has a short time on the ground, and by 8:25 you're back here. So the Montego folks are also here early enough to be knocking on the door of business at 9 in the morning. And the afternoon flight returns at 4, with the final flight coming back at 5:25. So families get the chance to have dinner together, get a whole day's work done.
Sounds so good.
Keep families together.
Sounds so good.
So we're not only connecting people with places, but we're also connecting families.
That's so beautiful.
Helping the families to stay together more.
I can't wait to fly and tell all my people about this fabulous flight. Last question, or should I say, what advice can you leave with other budding entrepreneurs in the Caribbean that are watching on television and on our website, www.televisionjamaica.com? Firstly, Lyndon.
Well, I think it's very important that we as Caribbean nationals rise to the challenge and invest and grow in our own communities. Community being the whole Caribbean. From growing up, I've seen that in the Caribbean we tend to believe that investment must come from outside of the Caribbean. And I think that is certainly something that we need to turn the tide on. We need to be investing in our own and take our own rightful places in our communities.
All right, one word now, Trevor, to describe InterCaribbean Airlines. One word. I'll give you one word. What is it?
Airline of choice.
That's three.
That's 3 words.
I love it. That's okay. You can do it. It's Smile Jamaica. We're having fun. And from InterCaribbean Airways, Chairman and Founder Lyndon Gardiner and CEO Trevor Sadler. Thank you so much, gentlemen.